Commander Elena Vasquez stared at the holographic display with a mixture of disbelief and growing dread. The massive vessel floating in the void before them defied every known principle of current human spacecraft design, yet the energy signatures were unmistakably terrestrial in origin. "Run the scan again, Lieutenant Chen," she ordered, her voice steady despite the ice forming in her veins. "Ma'am, I've run it 17 times. The results are consistent." Chen's fingers danced across the sensor controls, his young face pale under the bridge's blue lighting. "It's definitely human-built, but the technology—" "Commander, some of these weapon systems don't exist in our databases." The bridge of the UES Meridian fell silent, except for the gentle hum of life support systems. Elena's crew of 12 had been conducting a routine deep space patrol along the outer rim of the Kepler sector when their long-range sensors had detected the anomaly. What they'd found was a kilometer-long dreadnought, unlike anything in the United Earth Space Force fleet. "Time displacement?" suggested Dr. Sarah Kim, the ship's science officer, stepping closer to the hologram. "Could this be from our future?" Elena shook her head slowly. "Look at the whole composition, the design philosophy. This isn't advanced human technology, it's different human technology." The development path diverged somewhere. The warship hung motionless against the starfield, its angular black hull absorbing light like a wound in space itself. Weapon ports lined its surface in precise geometric patterns, and strange energy conduits pulsed with an amber glow that seemed almost organic. Most disturbing were the symbols etched into its armor-plating human script, but in languages Elena didn't recognize. "Commander," Communications Officer Torres called out, his voice tight with tension. "I'm detecting a transmission from the vessel. It's responding to our scans." "Put it through." The main display flickered, and suddenly they were looking at a human face. But something was wrong. The man's features were sharp, almost predatory, and his eyes held a cold intelligence that seemed to pierce through the screen. Strange markings covered the visible portions of his neck and forehead, not tattoos, but something that seemed to move beneath his skin. "Unknown vessel," the figure spoke, his accent unfamiliar yet unmistakably human. "You are scanning territory claimed by the Dominion of Terra Ascendant. State your origins and purpose." Elena stepped forward, activating the communication array. "This is Commander Elena Vasquez of the United Earth Space Force vessel Meridian. You're in UES patrolled space. Identify yourself and your intentions." The man's expression shifted, a mixture of surprise and something that might have been amusement crossing his features. "United Earth Space Force." He turned to speak with someone off-screen, his words rapid and musical in that strange language they'd seen on the hull. When he faced them again, his demeanor had changed entirely. "How interesting. We had theoretical models suggesting this possibility, but to encounter actual verification." He smiled, and Elena noticed his teeth seemed too sharp. "I am Fleet Commander Alexei Corvain of the Ascendant Dreadnought Inevitable. We represent humanity's true destiny: conquest, evolution, and dominion over the weak." Dr. Kim gasped softly. "Parallel evolution. They're from an alternate timeline, or perhaps a completely separate human civilization that developed along different paths." Corvain's enhanced hearing apparently caught her words. "Clever. Yes, we are what your species could become, given proper guidance and the will to embrace improvement. We have mastered genetic enhancement, conquered 17 star systems, and subjugated 43 alien species. We are humanity perfected. And what brings you to our space?" Elena demanded, though she suspected she already knew the answer. "Reconnaissance, initially. Our scientists detected quantum signatures suggesting the existence of alternate human population. We came to investigate." His smile widened. "We stayed to evaluate conquest potential." The tension on the bridge was palpable. Elena's hand moved instinctively toward the emergency alert controls that would broadcast a priority message to Earth Central Command. "I wouldn't recommend that course of action," Corvain said casually, as if reading her thoughts. "Your primitive sensors cannot fully detect our capabilities. We have been observing your civilization for the past 72 standard days. Your military technology is quaint. You're threatening us," Elena stated flatly. "I'm educating you. The Dominion offers a choice to discovered human populations, integration, or elimination. Those who join us willingly are enhanced and given positions of authority over conquered species. Those who resist—" He shrugged eloquently. Lieutenant Chen's station suddenly erupted in alarm signals. "Commander, I'm reading massive energy buildup from their weapon systems. They're targeting our engines." Elena's training kicked in. Evasive maneuvers. Send emergency transmission to Central Command, priority Alpha, hostile contact, immediate military response required. As the Meridian banked hard to starboard, Elena watched the view screen, where Corvain's image remained impossibly stable, despite what should have been communications disruption. "Running will only delay the inevitable," he said calmly. "We have mapped your major population centers, your military installations, your weaknesses. The Dominion of Terra Ascendant will claim this reality as we have claimed all others." The transmission cut as the Meridian's engines roared to life, carrying them away from the mysterious warship. But Elena knew they weren't truly escaping. They were racing to warn a universe that was about to discover its shared existence with a version of humanity that had chosen conquest over cooperation. As stars streaked past the viewports, Elena couldn't shake the image of Corvain's predatory smile, or the terrible certainty that this was only the beginning of humanity's darkest war, a war against itself.